Hello YouTube, I'm DJ. I'm here with Doomsday Ballistics. First of all, I want to thank everyone for tuning into the channel, and if you haven't already, hit subscribe so that you can be informed of when I come out with some more content for you. Now, today, we're going to be talking about maintenance on your handgun and what it does, why it's important. What I mean by maintenance is cleaning your gun, oiling it, lubricating it properly. The benefits of cleaning, oiling, lubricating your gun, not only just after shooting it, but sporadically, after every so often, it eliminates the carbon buildup inside the components of your handgun, which could prevent proper circulation. That carbon buildup also provides causes a heat barrier, makes your gun heat up a lot quicker, a lot faster. And it eventually just makes the gun look old and dingy. So it's better just to keep up and maintain your firearm, especially if it's the one that you're carrying with you to save your life. So we're going to show you how to clean your handgun. And let me show you what I'm working with. This is the CZ83, chambered in 380 auto, caliber 9 Browning Court, 380 auto. Dark clear. There's no magazine in it. So I'm going to break this down. I'm not going to show you how, because my gun's different from your gun, and there's other ways for you to figure out how you can break down your gun specifically. So I'm gonna break this down, show you what it looks like, and how to clean all the parts. Stay tuned. All right, before you get started though, you're going to need a couple things so that you can clean your gun. I'll show you what I am using right now. So, to clean the gun, I'm using this rim oil. This is kind of like an all-in-one type deal that cleans, lubricates, and protects. Now, this is my first time using this product, so I can't, vouch for it, but your cleanser, and then your oil. Now, yes, this is the oil and this is oil too, but like I said, I wasn't originally using this. I was using a specific cleanser, degreaser, and then an oil. But now it's all oil. Anyway, you're gonna need a cloth. Now you can use those white gun rifle cloths that you see everywhere. I know you know what I'm talking about. Little white patches. This is what I use. This is just pretty much a real fancy tablecloth that doesn't leave a hair or fur residue on your weapon that you're cleaning. Kind of like any microfiber towel would do, as long as whatever you're using doesn't leave particles on your firearm. You're going to need a cleaning kit. These will come equipped with cleaning rods, as well as adjustable heads for you to use on various size firearm bores. Picks, toothbrushes, the whole 9 yards. Now, And in my kit, I have a screwdriver because my handgun has grip plates. So you need a screw to take the grips off. Okay, so let's hop into how to clean your firearm. All right, so we got it all apart. This is what the CZ83 looks like dismantled. It's very simple. You have pretty much 3 parts: your slide, your recoil spring, and your frame. The barrel is attached to the frame. Strange, isn't it? A lot of guns you see that have polymer frames, the barrel is a separate entity that, and granted, there's a way for you to somehow change that barrel, but for me, it's fixed on there. That's the barrel it came with. That's the barrel that's on the gun. Now, this is a fully metal, I believe it's aluminum, frame. It's a nice little size gun. It's pretty heavy when it's all put together. So let's move our 2 screws for our grips because we don't want to lose those. Those are very, very important. And we can get our grips out of the way because those don't need cleaning. We'll occasionally polish them, but for right now, they don't need it. All right, we're gonna start cleaning this thing. So, I like to start with the slide. So I'll put these to the side, unwrap this towel so that it's ready when I'm ready for it. We'll get our handy dandy toothbrush and let's see, let's make sure we have the right size for, that's not it, for what's going to clean that. That'll do, donkey. Okay. So now that we have the piece that we're going to start cleaning, we'll get our cleaning solution. And, you know, I'm not very particular or sparse whenever it comes to applying or using products, you know? I'm not a spot cleaner. I'm not going to clean one spot where the action has a point of contact with another piece. I'm going to clean the whole entire thing. And that not only does that make the gun look good in my eyes, but it makes me feel good about the gun because it looks flawless, extremely clean. And I pride to keep my weapons very clean. So I'm not pinpointing anything. I'm going to clean this thing. I'm going to cover it in this cleanser. Now that's covered, we'll get our toothbrush and we'll scrub every part of it, inside and out, not just, even if you're thinking, well, like, why would I clean the top of the gun? There's nothing that goes on in that area. It doesn't matter to me. I want to clean it. in the long run, it's gonna make my brain happy. Having this flawless looking, clean. As you can see, the gun, it's the piece of metal, it's shining in the amount of cleanser and oil that's on it right now. And that's exactly how I like it. You know, if I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it. So we'll get the part that our toothbrush can't fit into, like the bore of where the barrel goes. And that is, we scrubbed the whole thing. Just get in there. There's a little bit of grime in there. And you know, some people might say, well, certain parts you shouldn't get stuff on, or it's not needed, or you're wasting product, and I don't care. If it stops working, I'll buy another gun. If I damage it, then it was my fault. So, that being said, I do things the way I do it, and other people do things the way they do it, and there is no right or wrong way, just like there's no right or wrong answer of how many times you should be cleaning your gun every so often, you know? No answer is right. The only answer is what works for you, and if you feel confident using that setup or that strategy, that item in a life or death situation. And I feel perfectly comfortable using something that is coated in oil because it means that it is a fully functioning machine and it is prepared for the devastation that it's about to put on whoever is on the other side of the barrel. So we got the slide scrubbed down. We'll set that to the side. Next, let's do our spring. This one's kind of different. Now, that's kind of too big. So let's see, what about that one? That's kind of too small. That's the next size down. So that being said, we'll use the one that's a little too small because we don't want to destroy our gun pieces. Anyway, so we'll give this a nice spray. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention when I was going over the things you need, you know, I said things like, okay, so I'll give this a scrub on the outside. I said things like the tool set and your cleanser and your cloth. I did forget one thing, and that's a mat. This mat is absorbent and it is leak proof, so it gives me a safe environment to clean my weapons on. I'm not going to damage whatever is underneath. All right, so we got the outside of that pretty much scrubbed. Let's go inside there and scrub some of that. Beautiful. Okay. Let's give that a little wipe down. Okay. Slide and spring have been cleaned. Now the gun. Again, we're not liberal about this stuff. We're going to spray this gun down. Call me barbarian. whatever. All right, so we're gonna clean our barrel. You get your cleaning rod, you stick it through your barrel. You get a nice little pull out. Damn, I actually do need one of those small little patches. I'll grab one before the video is over and wipe down the inside of the barrel with the cloth, because this cloth is huge and is not going to fit in there. That's the thing though, is you can use one of these, you know, microfiber or cleaning cloths or polishing cloths or whatever you want to call it, but they're huge and you're not going to be able to fit it in the barrel of your gun. So that being said, you still need patches. Now, as I'm cleaning this, I'm trying to go into every crook and cranny. Everything is metal, everything needs lubrication, everything needs to be cleaned, everything needs to be oiled. That's not a sigh of anguish or despair. That's a it was just a sigh. I don't know. But anyway, we're gonna scrub this thing. Even the parts, yeah, why are you scrubbing the handguard? Scrub everything. It's your gun. You take pride in it. And you want it to, you're trusting this thing to have your life in its hands, you know? So you definitely want it, you definitely want to give it the time and attention it needs itself. Just look at that. Look at how beautiful that gun is. How nice and shiny. The way it should be oiled. Clean around, on, in, outside. There's gunk in places that, like on the magazine, well, like the magazine release right here. It's gunk everywhere, you know? I don't worry about gloves. I don't worry about, is it going to damage my hands or my skin? You know, I'm a man and I do things with my bare hands. Simply put, we'll keep it at that. All right, so now we'll wipe down our gun. Yeah, it was seriously coated in oil, but by the time I get this cloth on it, it's not dripping anymore, you know? Why wouldn't you put a full coat on your weapon to get it off right, to set it off straight, you know, and wipe off the excess rather than pinpointing, you know, in my opinion. I feel like that's a valid and important opinion, you know. If the whole thing needs lubrication and protection against heat, why wouldn't you clean the whole thing? Not just the certain spots that slide and move back and forth. So, we have all three pieces of my handgun cleaned. Now, what I was using was, like I said, a cleanser and then an oil. But since I bought this rim oil, this is only my second time using it, I still use this oil. So the way I use that oil is I coat it. I coat whatever piece I'm using in the cloth and I cover it. Well, I roll it around, I encase it in the oil. It's all oily now. It's got that gun protecting lube on it. Okay, now do a slide. It's pretty covered in oil. So yeah, I covered it in oil, wiped it off, covered it in more oil, now I'm spreading it, wiping it again. It's the way I do it. I enjoy it. It doesn't seem to be taking off any paint or anything. But then also, see, what I'll do is I'll leave it. You know, the second time I go around, I do it, I'm not wiping as much oil off. You know, I'm leaving a good portion on it because let's get some in that barrel. There we go. So we'll wipe this whole thing again because I like to let it sit in the oil, marinate after I'm done cleaning it. So once I'm done, I'll put it back together. I'll leave the action open and let the oil drip out of the gun itself naturally. So it's pretty solid. It's covered and coated in that oil. This oil repels dirt and carbon. Superior lubrication and corrosion protection. Even coating of lubrication that can withstand extreme heat with minimal burn off. So this stuff is made to last. It gives your gun a heat shield against the raw power it's spitting out, you know, in bullet terms, and it makes it to where the parts move the way they're supposed to. So, all right, all the pieces are cleaned. Now I'm going to put it back together and I'll be right back after I do that. All right, end result, gun is clean. Now I'll let it sit like this for a little while with the action open, the barrel facing down, so that excess oil can move outside of the gun on its own. So I'll prop this up on. All right, so there we have it. We learned how to clean our firearm and a couple of reasons why it's important for you to clean your firearm. That'll wrap up my video. I'm DJ, Doomsday Ballistics. I thank you for watching. Yes, that is one of my paintings I created. This is called Active. You can find it on my website. I'll put the link in the description. You can find this painting along with all of my other work. Again, I don't do Patreon, I don't do handouts. I sell paintings, I sell t-shirts, I sell hats. I'll also leave the link for you to buy t-shirts and hats if that's the route you like to go. The more you guys enjoy the videos and show that to me by subscribing, liking, commenting, everything, I promise I will reply to your comment if I see it. If I don't, then I just don't see it, simply put. But I thank you all. DJ, Doomsday Ballistics, be safe, be strong. Thank you.